One of the biggest issues you're going to face in dropshipping and e-commerce as a whole is the fact that you're going to launch your creatives and you're going to run it for a few days, spend precious money on those ads, and it's actually not going to convert at all. You're going to get zero sales, even though you're getting web traffic. E-commerce and dropshipping as a whole is very competitive, and you need to really stand out with your ads to be able to make any sort of meaningful results. And in today's video, I'm going to guide you step by step through the creation of viral winning ad creatives for both dropshipping and e-commerce using AI. I'm going to outline the entire roadmap to making good creatives and explain what actually goes into them, while also showing you some real examples from my past businesses. Over the course of the past 6 years, I spent millions of dollars on ads, so I definitely do know what I'm talking about. So without further ado, please grab a pen and paper because this video is accumulation of the past 6 years of experience, and I'm basically revealing all my secrets and also giving you guys some extra sauce. If you guys find any of this information helpful, make sure to save the video so you can come back to it later, and also subscribe to my channel because it helps me a lot in growing and it helps me gauge whether the content I'm delivering is helpful or not. Anyways, you guys, let's dive right in and get started on making some viral creatives. Just to prove that I know what I'm talking about, I'm going to show you guys some of my results. Obviously, I'm going to blur out some of the names of the brands that I am running ads for, but you can see I have had viral creative results for both organic and for ads themselves. You can see here, this video got 36 million views. And the list just goes on. We have viral ads on TikTok, viral creatives on Facebook as well. And I'm actually going to go into a fresh business manager of a brand new business that I've been running. And you can see here, we're pushing a 4x ROAS on average for all of these campaigns. And they've spent quite a bit of money already. You can see here, this one spent 3.8K, this one spent 4.6K. And to push a 4 times return on ad spend, which means basically every dollar you spend, you get $4 back, is really good for a product at this scale. Anyways, let's go back into the roadmap. You can see here, I've laid it out completely for you guys, and we're going to go through step by step. For this particular roadmap, I'm actually going to be using one of my students' stores as an example. What we're selling here is a pearled candle. Basically, it's a candle that can be poured into any type of jar. And on top of that, this candle is really unique in the fact that if you ever spill it over, it automatically unlights because of the fact that it's a powder. So shout out to my student Aisha for letting me use her store as an example. It's super cool, and I think it's a great product overall, but it definitely needs some spice in terms of the creatives. The first thing that we need to do is get inspiration for the creatives that we want. And one of the best way to do it is to actually go onto the Facebook ad library. The only caveat with that is it can take a lot of time to find good creatives. And because of that, in this video, I'm actually going to show you 2 ways: the free method and the pay method. The free method is going to take slightly longer, but both methods work extremely well, and you're still going to be able to make a ton of money with these winning creatives. So for the free method, what we can do is go onto the Facebook ads library by just searching it up on Google. And then when you get in here, what we're going to do is set the country to United States. And then we're going to change the ad category to all ads and then search up some keywords like shop now. When you're making creatives for a product, you don't want to find competitors that are in your exact product niche. You kind of want to find competitors who are in a similar niche. So for example, if I search up candle shop now, it would only show the creatives that are specifically selling candles, which might not be the best. What we want to do is search up keywords like home decor. And you can see once I searched up home decor shop now, I'm going to see a ton of ads, and we need to filter it down. So using this filter option on the top right, we're going to change it so that we're only going to see videos, and we're going to apply the filter. We can see we're going to get a ton of creatives by a bunch of big brands. And what we want to do is find one that's most similar to your brand and go into their ad library. The way you can do that is actually click on the name of the brand itself. And you want to make sure they have a ton of Facebook likes, which kind of signifies that they have a good presence and they've been running Facebook ads profitably. And what we're going to do is go into their actual ad library. So we're going to hover over and click view ads. And once we are on the brand's ad library, we're going to actually scroll down to the very, very bottom to see the ads that have been successfully running for them for a really long time. the reason we want to know this is because these are the ads that are performing well and they have no reason to shut them off just yet. So you can see we have some creatives that have been running for over 2 weeks. What we kind of want to do is look for brands that have ads that are running for even longer than 2 weeks. So if they've been running an ad for 3 months, that's a really good sign that we should copy that ad and apply it to our own business. Finding winning ads through that manual way can take quite a while. So we're actually going to go on to the paid method, which is using one of my favorite product research tools called Winning Hunter. And essentially what they've done is taken every single Facebook ad and did the hard work of figuring out which ad was a winner and which one wasn't. On Winning Hunter, you're going to be able to see not just Facebook ads, but also the ads from TikTok and the TikTok Creative Center. An added bonus feature I love about this platform is the fact that you can track the sales of any store and get relatively accurate sales numbers. It's not completely accurate, but it's directionally accurate. And that's all we need to kind of validate that a product and a ad is winning. It's funny because in the last video, I was promoting Winning Hunter for free, but luckily I've been able to partner up with them and get you guys a nice discount. So check the link in the description for a nice fat discount with Winning Hunter. Once we're in the Winning Hunter app, all we need to do is search up the actual key term that we want to find winning ads in. In our case, we're going to search on home decor. But before we search, we want to change the sort by filter to winners. And what this filter essentially does is it shows the ads that have been running for a set period of time, which typically signifies that this ad is a winning ad. So let's go ahead and hit apply and we can search it. And once we search, we can actually see there's a ton of creatives in here. The best part is you don't just get to see winning creatives, you can also find really cool niches and cool products within Winning Hunter. I personally found so many winning products in here, and honestly, you'd be surprised what kind of niches actually exist. What we're going to do once we search up our keyword, in our case, we searched up home decor, and I'm going to go through a bunch of other random ones as it comes to my head. We're going to go through all these ads and kind of see which one is the most fitting for our use case, which is a candle that can be poured. One extra note that you want to pay attention to is this metric right here, which is how many ad sets is using the specific ad. The more ad sets using the ad, the higher the scale it likely is to be. Now, I'm not going to bore you guys and go through every single creative, but I'm just going to scroll through and find a bunch of creatives that I personally like. And once we do that, we're going to move on to the next step. All right, guys, we're back and we have found a ton of creatives. Typically, we would recreate every single one of them, but in this instance, just for time, we're just going to recreate one of them. And the one that we're going to recreate is actually from Luma Candles, just because I have some footage already that is similar to it. Ironically, it is another candle business, but just remember, you don't have to copy ads from people selling exactly your product. You can copy ads that are slightly similar. And what we're going to actually do is just take their existing script and just modify ourselves using AI. So all you have to do is click the three dots right here and click download on the video. Once it's downloaded, you're going to go onto a website called nada.ai and you're going to choose the files and upload the video into this and get the transcript. Now, Winning Hunter is working on adding a transcription feature to their app. So probably by the time you guys are watching this, they already have the feature within the app itself. Once you get the transcript of the ad, we're going to head over to ChatGPT and we're going to type this in. So we're going to say, change the copy below to fit my product. And then you're going to include a link to your product itself. And then we're going to say, this new product solves these pain points. So our pain points are going to be, it automatically unlights when it's spilt. It saves a ton of money because it's reusable. And finally, you can put it in any sort of cup, bowl, or jar for creative home decor. Now, obviously, we can add more details, but these are just the 3 pain points that I've decided to put in. And then finally, I just added some additional details about the actual product itself. And then right below it, we're going to put in the script itself. So it reads out, this is the candle that never burns out. The Luma candles are the most realistic flameless candles that provide the perfect ambiance. Obviously, this isn't our script. This is the script from the ad that we just transcribed. But what we're getting ChatGPT to do is actually to rewrite the script to fit our specific product. Now, it's important that the creatives you transcribe are actually good creatives. And I know you guys might still be a little bit confused on which creatives to pick and which to copy. So I'm actually going to go through some examples of my winning ads. Let's actually go ahead in the Roadmap here and click on the link for the ad examples so you can see exactly what you need to do to make a winning creative. And you guys will be able to go into the Miro and click on it yourself. So we can see here there are some ads that I've included that I've personally ran myself or I've found have been pretty decent. And for now, don't worry too much about the structure of the ads themselves. I'm actually going to go through each part of the structure later on in this video for you guys. But for now, what we're gonna do is just get a feel for what makes a really good creative. Okay, so we're gonna go through the first type of ad that I'm gonna show you guys, which is a user-generated content style. And so this type of ad really goes through a whole story and tells people why it's important to buy a certain product. And they do it by incorporating this person's life into the actual story. So you can see here, the hook, which is the first 3 seconds of a video, says, "My son was sick 13 times this year." And you can see it's instantly relatable to any mother who has a son. And it kind of gets you wanting to learn more about the rest of the story. So let's play the rest of the video.
My son was sick 13 times this year. Here's how we went from sick to healthy with just one product.
As a mom, keeping my son healthy is my #1 priority. And although I can't guarantee he's not going to catch a cold or get sick, I do take preventative measures to make sure I can keep him as healthy as possible. One thing I started doing is giving my son Hiya vitamins. Hiya vitamins are made with no added sugar, but they're filled with all the goodness that your child needs to stay healthy.
I'm strong and happy!
Hiya vitamins support growth, immunity, focus, and energy, and are specially formulated by pediatricians, so I know my son is getting just the right vitamins and minerals he needs to thrive. So if you're ready to say goodbye to sick days, make sure you're saying hello to Hiya vitamins.
Okay, so as you can see, this ad was very, very fluid from the start to the end. We were locked in on the story, especially if you're a mother. And we can see at the beginning of the video, it talks about a pain point that this specific audience might have. And then at the end, she weaves in a solution for that problem. And she mentions High Health and drives a call to action to their website. This ad is very good. It's very straightforward and it's very seamless. Our entire goal is to make an ad like this so that our audience gets sucked into the ad and they don't even know they're watching an ad. And at the end of it, they end up getting driven to a call to action to basically make a decision to purchase the product. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys one more ad, and this is another ad that I've personally ran myself, and I'll tell you guys the numbers. This one ad itself made me at least $2 million, which was actually absurd because I didn't think it was possible until I started running this ad. But we can see here, the hook says, "This is an anxiety ring," and that in itself already gets people who have anxiety interested in the video. And on top of that, the visuals are very appealing. You can see it's a very close-up shot of the ring. And what I've found is videos that show extreme close-ups of the product tend to do really well, especially if it's a product that is aesthetically appealing or it's a aesthetics focused product. A good instance of this is our anxiety ring, which actually spins. Before I explain anything further, let's just watch the video first, and I'll give you guys a better explanation. Okay, so you can see this ad was literally 10 seconds. It didn't have a call to action at all. And despite that, it still did really well. And the reason for that is because this product is pulling on emotions very heavily. And you can see here within the first 4 seconds, anyone with anxiety is going to be able to relate to this because it's addressing a problem that's really relevant to these people. So we can see here, it says, "It helps distract you from nail biting / picking." And as we know, people who have anxiety, they tend to fidget a lot or even bite their nails. And a lot of people don't want to have that habit. So we're kind of offering our ring as a solution to prevent nail biting and picking because instead of fidgeting with their fingernails, they can actually just fidget with a ring. But another thing I really want to emphasize to you guys is the quality of the visuals is really good. I took this creative at the beach, so I actually brought the rings down with me and I just used my iPhone, but I got really, really, really close-up shots of the product. And this really brings attention to the product itself, and people are going to be a lot more drawn to buying it. The last thing I want to mention is the audio itself actually does have a pretty big effect. So you definitely want to split test multiple audios. One of the best ways to find audios to use in your video is actually to use a website called TalkChart. And basically, you're going to be able to view the top trending TikTok audios of the month. And you want to use something that's extremely relatable and can pull out some sort of emotion from your audience. Now that you've seen what a good ad looks like, we're going to go back into ChatGPT and turn that script into a AI voice and then match that AI voice to an AI avatar that looks super realistic. And we can see here, this is our new script. It got some parts wrong, like the Luma candle needs to get changed to the Taishi candle or whatever name we want to include. But this is a good base for us to start in. I also just want to quickly go over the script and make sure you guys understand the structure of it. So the first part right here is actually the hook portion of the ad. And so you can see here, the primary hook is that this is the candle that never goes to waste. We're actually going to go ahead and create multiple variations of this, addressing different pain points that we think our customer might have. And if you guys need more help with the hook of the video, you can actually go into the Miro down below, and I have a ton of different hooks in here. One thing to know about the hooks is you can actually combine multiple hooks together to create an even stronger overall hook. So in our case, we're going to take a visual hook, which is some form of video that's very aesthetically pleasing, as well as a scroll stopping hook, which is basically a caption that we include on our video that kind of gets people to stop in their tracks and gets them curious. So our scroll stopping hook is, this is the candle that never goes to waste. Now, going into the body of your script, this is kind of where you explain your offer and your product. This is when once your customer gets drawn in from the hook, you can take more time to explain why your product is the solution for whatever problem that they might have. And as you can see in here, we go into more details about our specific product and how it functions. And additionally, in this section, you're going to be overlaying a ton of B-roll footage, which is essentially just footage of your product. And if you want a specific template of a body to use, you can actually go into the Miro, and I've included 3 types of bodies. And finally, you can see our call to action. Sometimes you can include it, sometimes you don't need to include it. This is kind of like an A/B test that you need to make on your own. But I've found that sometimes a call to action works and other times it's not completely necessary. In our case, we've included a call to action to say they have to stock up on theirs before it's gone. You can also talk about your special offer if you're doing any discounts, or say it's 50% off for a limited time, just to drive the urgency for this product. Once we have this base script, we're actually going to go ahead and go onto a platform called 11labs.io. And it is a paid tool. They do have a free version, so you can use either one. I personally like to pay for 11 Labs. It's super cheap. It's like $10. And what we're going to do is go into the workflows on the left here and click projects and start a new project. You can name it whatever. For us, we're going to name it Taishi Candle. We're basically just going to paste this script into the project, and we're going to break it up line by line. And the reason we want to break it up line by line is because if we have the AI read it out all at once, sometimes the pacing is a little bit weird. In here, I've actually taken my script and made 2 versions. One is with a voice called Dakota H, and one is with a voice called Jessica. So let's go ahead and play the actual script.
This is the candle that never goes to waste. The reusable candle solution.
So you can hear that the script is playing. It's a little bit weird for this specific voice because it's kind of slow. Like, she's talking at a super low rate, but there's actually no problem with that because I like to speed it up with CapCut afterwards anyways. So I'm going to go ahead and play the script for the second one.
The candle that never goes to waste. The candle that will never spill. You've never seen a candle do this before.
Now I just played a little snippet of the actual script, but you can see that there's 3 different hooks here, and I'm including it all within the same script. The reason for that is because when we're generating an AI avatar, it actually costs tokens, and we get 3 free tokens on the platform. So putting it all into the same script and letting them read it all out at the same time can actually save us quite a bit of tokens. Once we're satisfied with the voice, we're actually going to just download the chapter by going to export and click download chapter. With the downloaded AI audio, we're gonna take that and head over to a platform called HeyGen. This platform does have a free tier and you guys can completely use that with no problems. The only thing is you only get 3 generations per month, which is honestly enough if you're just making a few avatars and a few AI UGC videos. But I personally have paid for the monthly subscription and it lets you create unlimited videos. And I believe it's around $29 per month. I've also linked this in the description. What we're gonna do on HeyGen is head over to the avatars section of the platform. The characters I'm gonna choose for my 2 AI voices is gonna be Gala and Lindy. So to actually generate a video with one of these avatars, all we have to do is click on one of the characters and then choose a scene that we think they would look good in. And since our video is going to be cropped in a vertical format, we want to make sure that it's not a shot that's too close up because otherwise it's going to get cropped out. So I think this one's pretty solid. I'm just going to click on it, hover over this play button right here, and then click the portrait mode. Once we do that, we can adjust the alignment so she's in the center. And then we're going to head over to the script right here. We're going to remove the AI voice by deleting the script. And then at the bottom right here, you can see a section called upload. You're going to upload your audio file. Once you've selected the audio file, you're just going to click on submit and then name the video whatever you want. You can turn off the watermark if you have a subscription. If you don't, then it's fine. You can just crop away from that watermark and you can go ahead and click submit. Once you've submitted your video generation, it's going to take a few minutes to generate your AI avatar. This is the AI video that I was able to generate, so I'm going to quickly play it for you guys.
This is the candle that never goes to waste. This is the candle that will never spill. You've never seen a candle do this before.
So you notice there's going to be a little bit of pausing within the video itself, but that's totally fine. We intended to do that so that we can edit it later on in CapCut and cut out all the silences. But overall, the video looks super solid and it looks really high quality. I actually can't believe that I got this video literally for free. I've gone ahead and did the same thing with the other creator as well. Once we have the videos generated, we're going to download the original videos and then we're going to actually go into editing. The next thing we want to do is hop onto CapCut, and they have both a mobile app and also a desktop app. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you guys the desktop app just because it's a little bit more intuitive, but you can do this just as easily on your phone. And you can see here, I've included a bunch of videos, my 2 AI UGC creators, and as well, I've included a bunch of B-roll footage. And this footage, I actually had my videographer take them for me, but if you guys don't have a videographer, that's totally fine. Just go out with your iPhone and get a bunch of clips of your product. If you can't film your footage for whatever reason, maybe you're not the demographic or you need some specific aesthetic, then you can go on Instagram or Twitter to find influencers or UGC creators who can help you create content. If you want to get an idea what the B-roll looks like, it's just a bunch of videos where you're demonstrating the use of the product. If you guys are lazy like me and you don't want to edit your videos, you can use a service like viralecomads.com and they'll basically edit your videos for like $20 a pop. On top of that, they can also include services for content creation and UGC creation if you request it. So it's kind of an all-in-one suite if you're in a strap for time and you don't want to learn a completely new skill. I put in a request for some creatives yesterday and they were able to deliver them to me today. So I'm going to quickly play them for you so you can get an idea of the quality of the creatives that they can provide.
Want a unique candle experience? Taishi Candle lets you use any cup, jar, or bowl as a holder. Enjoy up to 120 hours of burn time. Plus, it automatically unlights if it spills. Safe, cost-effective, and totally customizable. Get yours today and elevate your candle game.
Luckily, I was able to get a discount from them for you guys to get 20% off. So check the link in the description to get started with them. Overall, you guys can see they do a pretty good job. But if you guys don't want to spend money, I'll show you guys the step-by-step on how to make your own videos. So let's jump back into CapCut. First thing we're going to do is take our UGC video and place it into CapCut. Now what we want to do is separate the 3 hooks that we originally included. For the sake of this video, I'm just going to only have 1 hook in here. So I'm just going to use the splice tool by pressing B, and I'm just going to cut the 3 hooks that we originally recorded. So I'll play it real quick.
The candle that never goes to waste.
So I'll just keep one of them, which is this hook right here.
The candle that never goes to waste. Meet the pearly can.
And then I want to make sure to remove a lot of the unnecessary gaps in the ad, because that's what's going to really kill the attention span of our viewers. So we want to keep it as short and punchy as possible. Okay, so I've gone ahead and trimmed down the entire video. Now that we have the main contents of our video, we have a voiceover and the creator overlaying. What we're going to do is now find B-roll footage for the rest of the video to put on top of the UGC creator. One of the most important parts of creating a good ad is having a very solid visual hook for the first 3 seconds. So in our case, we're going to find a B-roll clip that we personally think is the most visually intriguing or visually appealing. So for the sake of this video, I'm just going to use this video right here as our visual hook. So I'm just going to drag that into CapCut and then cut it down to where the action is happening. So right here, once we have cut the video down, I'm going to play it again so you can hear what it sounds like.
The candle that never goes to waste. Meet the pearly candle, the reusable candle solution that brings endless ambiance to your space.
I'm going to have her talk for about 4 seconds and then keep adding in a bunch of B-roll footage until I've completed the video and it looks relatively visually appealing. So I finished editing the video and I added just a few simple things to it. The first thing I did was go to the audio section right here and pick a song that was suiting to the video. I like to choose songs that are a little bit more upbeat and a little bit faster paced because it makes the video seem a little bit more engaging. The next thing you might have noticed in the video is I actually went ahead and overlaid in a green screen effect. To do that, it's super simple. So just select the video that you want to overlay. For our case, it was this video right here. We're going to duplicate it and put it on the very top layer. And then what we have to do is go into the Remove BG and click Auto Removal. Once you did that, you can scale the video down to whatever size you need it to be. And that's literally it. You've made a nice overlay for your video. The final touch that I added to the video was actually some captions. That's also very easy to do. Just go to the captions section on CapCut and then go into auto captions and click the generate button, and that will go ahead and generate the entire caption for your video. So you can see here, once the caption is generated, you can actually delete some sections where you feel like you don't need a caption. So for my case, when she's fully on the screen, I just remove the caption because it's a little bit distracting. One thing that you guys might notice when you're making these videos is the text might get a little bit blended into the background. What I like to do is to add a shadow to it. The way you can do that is select all of your captions and then scroll down to the preset style and choose this preset that has a little shadow behind it. And you can also play around with different text, but a lot of it doesn't look native to Instagram or TikTok. So I prefer to keep my text as simple as possible and only add a slight shadow behind it to separate the text from the video. I'm just gonna quickly run through the ad so you guys can see what I've made.
This is the candle that never goes to waste. Meet the pearly candle, the reusable candle solution that brings endless ambiance to your space without the mess or constant spending. With 120 hours of burn time and 30 wicks, you can use this candle in any cup, jar, or container, letting you get creative with your home decor. And if it ever tips over, it automatically unlights, keeping your home safe from spills and fire hazards. Our pearly candle will give you a lasting glow that's ready when you are, so stock up before they're gone.
So this ad, I would still give a 6 out of 10 just because I did a very rough job on it. However, overall is pretty decent. I think we can actually cut it down to an even shorter length, probably around like 15 seconds. So then my job would be to go through all of this, cut everything down to make it as engaging as possible. Now, of course, I want you guys to put in a lot more time than I did. I just wanted to quickly demonstrate this for you guys. All you have to do now is build a system around this and pump out as many creatives as you can, because it's the volume that's actually going to be able to get you the results that you want on Facebook ads. So whenever you are testing ads, make sure to pump out a ton of volume, and you need to test as many different angles of your hooks and your visuals as possible. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you want more personalized guidance and work directly with me, I do have a mentorship program where I take students from A to Z for starting their branded dropshipping business. And the whole goal of the program is to help you launch a branded dropshipping store that is sustainable over the long term. On top of that, you're going to get direct support from me, as well as all my internal resources, such as my own personal content creators, email marketing, videography, photography. You name it, I basically have all the resources that a beginner would ever need in terms of getting started in e-commerce. Now, the program is selective and I don't take on every student. I'm only looking to work with the people who are the most driven and ambitious, because later on, I plan on investing in your business and helping you grow even more. So if you think you're a good fit, please hit the link down below and apply to the program. You're going to be speaking with my team for a short interview, and if you get through it, then I'll be actually talking to you on the final interview. I'll see you guys on the other side. Peace.